Hey everyone, welcome back to another painting tutorial. Today, we're diving into something a bit sneaky, goblins from Darkholm. These little guys are not your average foot soldiers. They're nimble, tactical, and perfect for spicing up my already massive goblin army. Now, when I say massive, I mean massive. I've got about 600 goblins already painted, but most of them are your standard troops in heavy armor. They're great at charging headlong into battle, but sometimes you need finesse. These goblins are just the thing for holding small strategic positions or harassing enemies from a distance. Medbury Miniatures has designed their models with metal casting in mind, which means many of their figures are monoblock, crafted as a single piece. This makes them incredibly practical to assemble, especially since they include pre-drilled holes for weapons like spears or javelins. It's a small but thoughtful touch that really simplifies the process and saves a lot of time. To attach the parts securely, I use a combination of wood glue and ceramic strength super glue. The wood glue provides a bit of working time to adjust the placement, while the ceramic glue creates an exceptionally strong bond once it sets. It's a reliable method that ensures everything stays firmly in place. For this project, I wanted a simple and cohesive paint scheme. I set a strict goal, 15 minutes per miniature. With 8 goblins in each squad, that's 4 hours total to get 2 squads ready for the battlefield. Let's get started. I began with a brown primer. It's different from the black primer I used for my armored goblins. The brown gives a warmer, earthier tone perfect for these sneaky skirmishers. Then, a dry brush of mummy robes across the entire miniature to bring out all those lovely details. Next, for the skin, I used scaly hide. I left the deeper recesses brown to give the goblins some depth and shadow. It's such a simple step, but it really brings them to life. For the weapons and accessories, I went with oak brown spears, bows, quivers, straps, all of it. Diluting the paint a bit helps create a natural gradient, with the darker tones settling into the recesses. The tunic got a coat of necromancer cloak, just thin enough to let the dry brushing underneath peek through. That accidental gray edge gives it a rugged, weathered look. I use matte black on the metal tips of the weapons for a base coat. I also use a highly diluted layer of matte black on the hair. This technique allows the underlying details to show through, giving the hair a natural shadowed effect without overpowering the highlights. For the hoods, I used Banshee Brown. It's a straightforward step, but the dry brushing from earlier adds just enough contrast to keep things interesting. The quivers and scabbards got a coat of fur brown, while the bandages were dry brushed lightly with mummy robes. And for the masks, I couldn't resist going bold with glistening blood. It's vibrant but still feels sinister enough for goblins. The weapon tips got a touch of plate mail metal. I didn't fully cover them, leaving a few rough spots gives that worn, battle-hardened vibe. Now for washes, this is where the details really start to shine. Light tone went on the bandages first, sinking into the textures to give them a worn, battle-hardened look. It's subtle but effective, making those wraps feel alive with history. Next, mid-brown on the hoods. It deepens the tone beautifully, giving the fabric a rugged, weathered appearance, perfect for the harsh conditions of Darkholm. Then, dark tone over the tunic and masks. This adds a shadowy depth, making the goblins feel sinister and just a little unsettling, exactly what you want for a sneaky unit. Finally, green tone for the skin. It's the classic goblin touch, adding that glowing, sickly green hue that brings the models to life. For the base, I dry brushed for brown. Then, to finish, I used a black marker for the base edges. It makes everything look so polished. These goblins were sculpted by Medbury Miniatures. You can grab the STL files on their MyMiniFactory page, or pick up the physical models from Proxywars. I can't wait to field these goblins in battle. My son absolutely loves playing goblin armies, and I know he's going to have a blast with these new tactical options. If you enjoyed this tutorial, let me know in the comments which goblin unit is your favorite to play. I'm currently running a frontier campaign on MyMiniFactory featuring dwarf mine scenery, and let me tell you, these goblins fit perfectly with the theme. The crumbling pillars and detailed props are practically made to set the stage for a goblin ambush or a fierce underground skirmish. If you're looking to bring your games to life, these goblins and the mine scenery are a match made in the depth. Until next time, happy painting and see you on the battlefield.